Hey guys, welcome to Troy Time. Hey, check it out. Today we got a good one. It's going to be a quick one. I want to talk to you about an awesome piece of equipment, an awesome deal that's going on right now that you can definitely take advantage of. Let's get right into it, guys. Today we're going to talk about vacuum sealers, okay? Vacuum sealers are completely misunderstood. They are awesome, right? Completely underrated, completely misunderstood by the preparedness community. You never hear people talk about it. They should be talking about it all the time. Today we're going to talk about vacuum sealers that you can get for $10. $10. They're awesome. We're going to go over them right now. Okay guys, people are paying $100, $150 for vacuum sealers, but you don't need to. I've been using vacuum sealers for years now, and they work awesome. They do a ton. I'm gonna tell you some stuff in this video that you probably haven't thought of, but I've been using them for years, and they work great. First off, okay, you may not know this, but if you vacuum seal your food when you put it in your fridge, it's gonna last twice as long, right? So instead of lasting like 5 days, it's gonna last like 2 weeks. If there's some big sale on meat and it's half price, you didn't have a vacuum sealer and you weren't gonna use your freezer, you might just buy like one of those steaks, right? But if you have a vacuum sealer, you've got 2 weeks worth of time that you can save it. So you might buy 3, you might buy 4. You can really take advantage of those sales. You can really buy meat in bulk and you can make it last longer. Anything that you put in your fridge, it's gonna last twice as long. So that's awesome, especially if you're taking stuff out of your garden, all those vegetables and everything. Vacuum seal them right up. You can stick them in the fridge. You'll be good to go twice as long as they would without it. In the freezer, you may not realize this, things last indefinitely when they're vacuum sealed. Let me say that again. Things last indefinitely when they're vacuum sealed. Prime quality up to 3 years. 3 years in the freezer. Absolutely amazing. So you want to get a vacuum sealer, you want to use it to do those things. But there's other things it can do as well you may not realize. If you're going camping or if you have some sort of go bag, vacuum sealing all the items in there condenses everything down and makes it super watertight and super organized. Things like an extra pair of socks or a knit hat or an extra pair of mittens, they compress down to nothing, right? Not to mention flashlights, candles, batteries, all that kind of stuff in your pack, super condensed, super organized. Vacuum sealers work great for that. That's one of the reasons I'm suggesting you actually buy 2. One for food and one for home items, right? At $10 a piece, you can't go wrong. And it's gonna keep things so organized. So they've got a ton of uses. Also, just organizing things around your house. Once you have one, you're gonna realize all the little stuff. There'll be a package of crayons. I'm gonna vacuum seal those and stick them in a drawer. Things that you want to keep organized, but that you don't use very often. You're gonna find a ton of things, all that stuff in a junk drawer that you can organize and pack it down super small. You can make vacuum seal bags any size you want, right? It's awesome. And lastly, you can also vacuum seal things in jars, okay? There's a tube and an adapter you can get. There's a tube and an adapter that you can get. And right on top of mason jars, boom, you can just seal everything in those, all right? Lastly, when power goes out, these things are a lifesaver, right? What so many people do, everyone when power goes out, what do? You get a cooler, you got a bag of ice, you're throwing everything in the cooler, right? Now you can vacuum seal it. You can vacuum seal it before you put it in there. Keeps everything organized, it keeps everything shrunk all the way down, and it just keeps it perfect, right? You're putting in steaks, you're putting in leftovers, all that stuff in your fridge, you can compact it down. You don't want it in those Ziploc bags that can open up and they take up all that room with all the air and everything. The vacuum sealer is going to compress everything down, keep it good, it's going to keep it dry, and it's going to keep it ready to go when it's time to eat. So guys, you can vacuum seal ice for ice packs. It's awesome. There's so much that you can do with a vacuum sealer, and it doesn't take much power. That's the other thing. If you've got a solar generator, you're good to go. To vacuum seal a bag takes about 1/5 of a watt, right? So let's say you had 20 bags in your ice cooler, that's gonna only take 2 watts. That is nothing, guys. That is absolutely nothing. And when you take something out, if you don't use all of it, you can just vacuum seal it again and stick it right back in the cooler. I'm telling you guys, it's a lifesaver that most people don't think about. Very, very underrated tool. The final thing I want to say, in that an upcoming video this week, I'm going to show you a hack where you don't even have to buy vacuum seal bags. We're going to use just freezer bags, regular freezer bags. They're going to work awesome. I'm going to show you that hack in an upcoming video. So you definitely want to like this video. You definitely want to subscribe so you don't miss that. I also probably will be doing a video of vacuum sealing things in your home and in your pack, right? So that's awesome too. But I do recommend get 2 of these things. They're $10. Okay guys, this is the first one. I've been using this one for years, okay? I actually picked up a second one of these because it's such a good deal. And I picked up a second one of the other one as well, all right? These things are completely misunderstood. They can do a lot. This is sort of a generic one. I originally got this one for $17. So it's still a great deal. I've gotten so much use out of it, okay? It's awesome. They're a little bit misunderstood, so we're going to go over a couple little tips and tricks to get the most out of them. But these things are awesome, man. They really are. This is the first one. $9.99 on Amazon. Can't beat it. This is the second one. $9.99 on Amazon. This thing is awesome. I actually like this one a little better. The reason being is that all the features are separate. The other one has sort of one automated switch where it vacuums and then it seals all at once. This one has all the buttons separate. That's going to make some of the hacks we do even easier to do. So this is my preferred one. I've been using this one for the last few days. I love it. It works great. Let's show you putting these things to use. Okay guys, so let me just tell you, sometimes vacuum sealers will get like a bad review, right? But it's not because they don't work. People say, oh, it doesn't work. I have 2 of each of these and both of them work great, right? They're misunderstood on how to use them, okay? First off, what you have to understand is that there's a little bubble or a little chamber inside of here. This is what I want to show you. So if you look close in there, there's a foam ring, right? That bubble. There's a foam ring on the bottom, and there's a foam ring on the top, okay? When you put your bag in there, today we're just going to use the bag that came with it. Eventually, like I say, after next week, you'll be using Ziploc bags that cost pennies. But today we're going to use the sealer bags that came with it. When you put your bag in there, your bag has to be in that bubble. See what I'm saying? Even if one little corner is out, let's say it's diagonal and one little corner is out of that bubble, it's going to vent all the air and it's not going to vacuum. Either way, if it's down a little bit, if it's not in that bubble, it's going to let all the air out. So it's got to be in that bubble. Most people don't understand that. And if they don't put it, I can put it in there too deep. If I put it in there like that, the top edge is out of that bubble. It's not going to seal. Okay? So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is you want the clear side up. There's a textured side and a clear side. My memory key for that is I always want to be able to see my food, so I want the clear side up. If you have the clear side down, it can be tough for the vacuum to get through the wedges and actually suck out all the air. So you want the clear side up and you want it in that little bubble. As long as you do that, you keep it in the bubble, clear side up, you'll be good to go. All I need to do is make sure that the clear side is up and that the tip of the bag is in the bubble. Then I close this, I put this, I'm going to straighten it out a little just so it's nice and even, and then I push the button. Then it's going to seal it. And it's done. You gotta wait like 5 seconds for the seal to release, and then it's sealed. Look at that. Look how nice. Look how compact, right? Awesome, completely awesome. Let's say we open them up. All right, so we'll open these up. Yeah. We eat a few carrots, right? Take a few out. All right, let's reseal it, right? Here we go, ready? Just like that. There you go. Perfect. Awesome stuff. This could be clothes that go in your pack. This could be meat. This could be veggies from your garden. This could be household goods like batteries and candles and matches, right? It's just awesome, guys. It's great stuff. All right, guys, let's see the other one, okay? This is this one here. So what we're going to do, we've got our carrots again. I mainly use this for meats, or I use it a lot for meats. Get meats on sale, right? Buy them in bulk. It will keep things from freezer burn. If you save 1 cut of meat by doing this, you've already paid the price. You've already paid for the vacuum sealer. It's just $10. The little tip on this one is that you've really got to lock these down. I think a lot of people think it doesn't work because they're not locking it all the way down. This feels like it's set in place and all the way down, but it's not. You've got to lock it in place. You've got to push fairly decent hard on the edges. to lock it down, okay? And then we're going to vacuum seal it. So it's the thing. Locked in. And then done. There you go, guys. Great seal, nice and tight, rock solid too. Great for organizing stuff, right? Totally awesome. This thing is solid, man. Okay, so great for condensing things in a pack. Super awesome in a cooler when the power is out. If for nothing else, even if you didn't want to do this on the regular, having this available when power's out and you're storing stuff in a cooler full of ice, this is the way to go, baby. This is definitely the way to go. Totally worth 10 bucks. Totally recommend getting 2 of them. Yeah, guys, so there you go. This is one of the first videos on our new site, so make sure and like this video. Subscribe to our new site here, TroyTime02 Prepping and Survival, right? We're trying to kick this site off the ground. This is a great video to do so. Share this video with your friends. You don't realize how awesome these vacuum sealers are. So let's get the word out there. They can get them now for $10. I hope you get 2 of them. I really do. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Coming up yet this week, we're going to show you the hack where you can use just freezer bags that cost pennies, right? So you can do this super easy. It costs almost nothing, uses almost zero energy. You're going to love it, especially when power's out and you're throwing stuff in that cooler with ice. You're going to love it. When you're storing all your food and it's lasting twice as long in the fridge, you're going to love it. And when you're storing stuff in the freezer indefinitely, 3 years with peak freshness. And no freezer burn. That's the biggest thing right there. No freezer burn anymore. Takes all that away. Super powerful tool. Hope you pick up a couple of them. This is Troy Time, Prepping and Survival. Like and subscribe. We'll talk to you again soon.